Speaking of interesting attacks, did you know that not all gay men are queers? Because some woke TikToker has decided that you're only a queer gay, which is apparently something people want to be, not me, if you are radical. Take a listen to this.
I will no longer call a person queer if I don't see them participating in queer politic. You're gay, sure, you're gay. That is not the same as queer. If you haven't put a mask on in a week, not queer. You're just not queer. You're not. Queerness is supposed to be radical. It's supposed to be about supporting each other, helping each other, and making sure that we lift up from the most vulnerable of our community. A lot of you gays are not acting like queers right now. So I'm not going to call you queer.
So this was so funny to me because it's like, ma'am, nobody wants to be called queer except you and like a few other fringe people. That was an insult like 5 minutes ago, and most people still don't identify with that label. And I don't think they want your approval or care what you think. Like,
I was about to say, sounds like you're out, Brad.
oh yeah, I'm
Kicked out of the
definitely
circle.
not queer.
I've never understood actually what the difference is in being a gay person, a lesbian person, or a queer person. Like, I thought queer was
There's no difference. It's just it's like when gay or lesbian or bisexual aren't woke enough or don't get you enough attention or victimhood points anymore, you just call yourself queer, and that's somehow edgier and more oppressed. That's honestly the truth. That's why they do it.
Well, apparently being queer means you have to be a total NPC that follows the crowd, and that makes you radical, because unless you're wearing a mask and doing exactly what the government tells you to do, you're not radical.
The mask that killed me.
You're not radical unless you're doing exactly what the state tells you to do. Man, that is the opposite of what radical has meant throughout all of freaking history. Like, what are you talking about? This whole thing, like, it's such a freaking cult, man. It's such a cult of self-righteousness and, like, feeling like you're elevating others and helping others by wearing a diaper on your face that does nothing to help others or yourself whatsoever, but it makes you feel good. And, I mean, I guess that's all that counts around here. So she can keep her queer club. I think most people are good, including people who are actually queer.
And also this idea that queerness is radical is just, it's interesting to me because most progress in gay rights or whatever has come not from radicalism, but from like bourgeoisie norms, right? The whole successful argument for gay marriage was an argument of assimilation and an argument of like appealing to family values and tradition. Like, we want to be included in society. It wasn't a tear down everything, revolutionize society kind of movement, and it succeeded. Meanwhile, this extreme queer ideology that these people like this are pushing is really undoing a lot of progress because they want to pretend science doesn't exist, and they want to really push their demands and their fringe views onto everybody. And so I think, no, I'm gay. I don't identify as queer. I don't want to be involved in any of your radical activism. And I frankly don't care what people like this think of me. And I don't think I'm alone in that.
I'm sorry. I refuse to let her have the word radical. Like, I'm sorry. No, radicals oppose the status quo. Radicals oppose the state. Radicals oppose oppression. And you are on the side of the oppressors. Like, get out. Goodbye. Nope.